everybody, it's Ginger. This is something different. I'm planning on doing music-related posts every so often, probably about once a month. What I'm going to do is start with my favorite, sometimes it'll be favorite artists, sometimes it'll be favorite albums of different decades. So we'll have the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. Some of them may have to be in two parts because as I was going through, let's say, the stuff from the 90s, somebody spent a whole lot of money on a whole lot of CDs in the 90s. And also, I need to track down some of my tapes. Yes, I have tapes, cassette tapes, that have a lot of my music from the 80s. Because I didn't get a CD player until I think like 1990, I think. Because in the 1990 pile, you'll be seeing the very first CD I ever bought. Alright, so this is going to be from the 1970s. My favorite music / artists from the 1970s. And this isn't necessarily my favorites of all time. I'm just showing you some of the ones that I have from the different decades, and tell you some of the stuff that I like, and I'll tell you why too. Let's get into the 70s, baby. Now, I'm gonna give away my age. I was born in the 70s, the early 70s. Should I tell you my age? I guess I can. I'm 39, if you can believe it. My 40th birthday is going to be coming up. It's screaming towards us, and I'm a little scared. Anyway, so all this music was stuff that I heard as a child growing up, because I remember it was not unusual for, you know, when we were doing stuff around the house, cleaning or just relaxing or something like that, for records to be playing, the radio to be on, and things like that. So I have a lot of good memories with a lot of this music. Now, first, and these are in no particular order, but this is Creedence Clearwater Revival. And, I mean, this is like a greatest hits compilation. And if you know who John Fogerty is, he was the lead singer of Creedence. And this got Proud Mary, Down on the Corner, Bad Moon Rising, I Heard It Through the Grapevine, Have You Ever Seen the Rain, Born on the Bayou, Susie Q. It's got all their big hits on it. And I've always loved Creedence Clearwater Revival. They're awesome. Also, I'm gonna get on my little little rant right now. If you still own a record player, or you know somebody who owns a record player, try spinning some vinyl. I miss record stores. Let me show my age. I miss record stores. I miss being able to go in and flip through it. Now, don't get me wrong. I have an iPod. It's laying right over here. I have stuff on it. I've bought stuff on iTunes and stuff like that. But recently, I've thought, you know what? When I have kids and I want to pass my musical collection on to them, I want them to have something physical to hold on to, even if it's a CD, and you know, a lot of my stuff that's on tape I need to buy on CD because CDs last longer. Tape falls apart and is affected by weather and time and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, Creedence Clearwater Revival, check them out. Next, Janis Joplin. Janis Joplin. This is from the early 70s. Like 70, it says 72, 73. This is her greatest hits. This has Piece of My Heart, Me and Bobby McGee, which was written by Chris Christopherson. Down on Me, Get It While You Can, Move Over, Ball and Chain. I mean, it's Janis. It's Janis. If you don't know who Janis Joplin is, you need to check her out because she's awesome. Most of the people who are soulful singers get their inspiration from Janis Joplin, and unfortunately the world lost her too early because, you know, a lot of people had drugs and alcohol problems back in the 60s and the 70s, and we lost a lot of great artists because of it. And she's part of, if you've never heard of it before, she's part of the 27 Club. Famous musicians who died at the age of 27. So, which also includes Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison. You know, it's sad. We never know what those people could have done later on because their lives were cut short. Next is Billy Joel. Now this came from my aunt's collection right here. She's got a ton of Billy Joel. So this has got a lot of really great classic Billy Joel songs on it. This particular record called The Stranger. It's got The Stranger, Just the Way You Are, Vienna, Only the Good Die Young, She's Always a Woman. You know, it's some of his classic Billy Joel. And love that. Next is, I have a deep love for the Eagles. A lot of my best memories as a child are listening to Eagles records. And I was preoccupied with these records, so I always had this love for music. And I loved pulling out my dad's records and looking at the cover art, and so there was so much effort put in the cover art. You know, you would have things like this one that you're gonna see. This is Hotel California by the Eagles. I mean, look at that. Look at that. It's a gatefold, which means it opens up like that. And they just did all kinds of really cool stuff with vinyl records and the record covers. I've got a Stevie Wonder album over there that's got Braille printed on it. It's awesome. Anyway, so this is Hotel California, and of course it has Hotel California on it. And this was in 1976. And let me pull this out. Unfortunately, when I was younger, I used to be able to tell you all this stuff right off the top of my head, and it was unreal. Anyway, it's got Hotel California, New Kid in Town, The Last Resort. I mean, it's got, and I have, I mean, such a deep love for the Eagles. If I'm in a bad mood or I'm having a bad day, I can listen to an Eagles record and it will put me in a good mood. And then, of course, there's their greatest hits. This was Greatest Hits 1971 to 1975, which has got Take It Easy, Witchy Woman, Lying Eyes, Already Gone, Desperado, One of These Nights, Tequila Sunrise, Take It to the Limit, Peaceful Easy Feeling, Best of My Love. I mean, it's classic Eagles. All the classic Eagles you would ever want, all on one record. Now, another thing, and this is, of course, as you're seeing, this has got all kinds of genres in it. I'm somebody who likes all different kinds of music. So, you'll be seeing some of the harder stuff as we go on. Because my dad, this is kind of the pile that is from my aunt's collection. When we get into the stuff that is my dad's collection, there's going to be some harder stuff in it. Anyway, so there's going to be country music stuff in here too, because I have a love of country music as well. One of my friends told me we were going out of town for a concert, and she said, "We are so much alike." She goes, "Except for that country music thing," because she doesn't like country music. Anyway, so here's Patsy Cline. I love Patsy Cline. I had an obsession with Patsy Cline when I was in junior high school. I don't know what it was about, but get yourself a Patsy Cline, any type of Patsy Cline greatest hits. There's tons of them out there. She's amazing. It's always I Fall to Pieces, which was, yeah, I Fall to Pieces, Faded Love, Fooling Around. I mean, there's, you know, and Willie Nelson wrote some of her songs. Back before he was a recording artist, he was a songwriter. And people would tell him that he would never make it as a singer. I mean, he's got a different type of voice, but I like that. That's, why would everybody want to sound like everybody else? I don't know. Anyway, so then here is Rod Stewart. Rod Stewart. This is, here's the other side. I can't quite tell which side is the front and which side isn't the front. And this is from, again, 1976. And this has Tonight's the Night, which is one of his big hits on it. And I, you know, love Rod Stewart. I, you know, got another one in there that has Maggie May on it. You know, it's awesome. All right. Trying to keep this stuff separated because, yes, I am that nerd that likes to catalog their music, so I haven't been able to catalog all of the vinyl that I recently received. So anyway, here's some more from the 70s. Aerosmith, and these are mine, they're cassette tapes. Aerosmith, Get Your Wings and Toys in the Attic. It has some of the best classic Aerosmith songs on them. Same Old Song and Dance, Train, Keep a Rollin' is on Get Your Wings. Toys in the Attic is an awesome song. You know, Sweet Emotion, Walk This Way is on Toys in the Attic. Next is Lynyrd Skynyrd. This is a Lynyrd Skynyrd greatest hits. I love Southern type rock as well. And this, you know, a greatest hits, again, is a good way to get a lot of their best music. This has Sweet Home Alabama, Give Me 3 Steps, Free Bird, What's Your Name, That Smell, all that kind of stuff. Then we have Carly Simon of the 70s. 1970s. Carly Simon. Love some Carly Simon. That's the Way I've Always Heard It Should Be. Legend in Your Own Time. You're So Vain. Anticipation. It's awesome. So, Carly Simon. And then, a former husband of hers, James Taylor. I've seen James Taylor in concert. It was awesome. It was an entire evening of James Taylor. I saw that back when I was in high school. And he's got some incredible, amazing music. And a tidbit of information is he was the first artist that was signed to the Beatles' Apple label. He was the first one when he was youngin'. See, there's a picture of him when he was youngin'. Alright, so this is the best of James Taylor. Something in the Way She Moves, Sweet Baby James, Fire and Rain, You've Got a Friend, How Sweet It Is, Mexico, Shower the People, Carolina in My Mind. You know, I mean, it's amazing. And here's another Aerosmith. This has got Dream On, Same Old Song and Dance, Sweet Emotion, Walk This Way, Last Child, Back in the Saddle, Draw the Line, Kings and Queens, Come Together. It's awesome. Now, another group from the 70s that I love, and I still love them today. Unfortunately, I have not had the opportunity to see them in concert because it seems like every time they come to my area, I live near Houston, is that they seem to come the hottest time of the year. which is about May through October. And they like to come to this outdoor place. And it's like 14,000 degrees outside. And I gotta do it. I mean, I went and saw Black Sabbath there this past summer. So, you know, I need to man up and go see them. Because I love Heart. I love Heart. They had incredible music in the 70s. They had some great music in the 80s. Love, love, love Heart. I always have. You go and get one of their greatest hits. This one happens to be a lot of their songs from the 70s. Strong, Strong Wind, Magic Man, Crazy on You, Dreamboat Annie, Barracuda, Little Queen, Heartless, Straight On, Dog and Butterfly, which is one of my favorite songs by them. Even It Up. Barracuda is also one of my big favorites. I love Heart. And then also from the late 70s, and she had some stuff in the early 80s as well, is Juice Newton. Juice Newton. She had Angel of the Morning, Love's Been a Little Bit Hard on Me, Break It to Me Gently, Queen of Hearts, The Greatest Thing I've Ever Known. You know, some really great sort of soaring love type songs. Love her. And then from the 70s and some in the 80s. But most of his classic stuff. This is Waylon Jennings. Love, love, love Waylon Jennings. Love Waylon Jennings. And wanted to cry when he died. Probably did cry. It's been a while back. But love him. Am totally depressed that I never got to see him in concert. And just love him. And this is one of his greatest hits. Lonely, Ornery, and Mean, I've Always Been Crazy, Honky Tonk Heroes, Lukenbach, Texas, I'm a Ramblin' Man, Amanda, Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys, which is his duet with Willie Nelson, Good Hearted Woman, and Are You Sure Hank Done It This Way, which is one of my favorite Waylon Jennings songs. And then here's another Waylon Jennings. This is a 2-disc. That's how much I love Waylon Jennings. I also have some on tape, so I had to go and buy the CD. I just love him. Love him. And this Drinking and Dreamin' was a big one he had in the 80s. And then here's another Carly Simon. And this has got some of her stuff from the 80s as well on it. Here's some records. And this may have to be a 2-parter as well. You can tell I love music and I want to teach you about it.